Hola, bienvenidos al Vodcast de Comparativos y Superlativos. Welcome, I'm Senora Stanias. In this vodcast, we will be talking about comparatives and superlatives and their uses in Spanish. So students will be able to use both of them, including the irregulars, when they want to make comparisons in their written and spoken Spanish. Make sure you have your grammar sheet with you as you are taking notes and writing down examples as we go through this podcast. Also make sure you're writing down questions and pausing as needed as we go through this, as I will be going fairly quickly through the examples. Comparisons of inequality, that's when we're talking about that more than or less than in English. In order to do that in Spanish, we're going to use either más or menos, then our adjective or adverb or noun, and que. What are some examples of that? Este hotel es más elegante que el otro. Example with an adjective. Llegaste más tarde que yo. Example with our adverb. Franco tiene menos tiempo que Clementina. Or an example with a noun. So that would be like saying, this hotel is more elegant than the other one. You arrived later than I did. And Franco has less time than Clementina does. If we're going to make a comparison with a verb, it will be the verb and then the más menos que. So, mi hermano viaja menos que yo. That would be my brother travels less than I do. If we're going to have a number or some sort of an equivalent expression with numbers or time, you're going to use más menos de. A couple of examples. Un pasaje de ida y vuelta va a costar más de $500. A round-trip ticket will cost more than $500. Te consigo una respuesta en menos de media hora. I'll get you an answer in less than a half an hour. When we're looking at our comparisons of equality, we have three different constructions. First, we'll look at the tan with an adjective or an adverb and como. So, an adjective example, la paella no es tan buena como el caldo gallego. Or, se puede ir de Madrid a Sevilla tan rápido en tren como en avión. So, the adjective example, the paella isn't as delicious as the caldo gallego, and the adverb, you can get from Madrid to Seville as quickly by train as by plane. When you're going to be doing a comparison with a noun, be it a singular or plural noun, you'll go tanto, tanta, your noun, and then como. And this will need to agree. So a couple of examples. Cuando hago el postre, pongo tanto azúcar como me pide. So when I make dessert, I put as much sugar as it asks for. El problema es que no tenemos tantos libros como necesitamos para toda la clase. Problem is we don't have as many books as we need for the whole class. When we're going to do an equality comparison with a verb, it's the verb and then tanto como. Guillermo disfrutó tanto como yo en las vacaciones. Guillermo enjoyed our vacation as much as I did. Aprendimos tanto como los demás. We learned as much as everyone else. Esta camisa cuesta tanto como mis botas. That shirt costs as much as my boots. Superlative expressions, these are when we want to talk about the most, the least, etc. We'll use our indefinite article, el, la, los, or las. I'm sorry, the definite article, el, la, los, las. Our noun, más menos, the adjective we're using to compare, and then de. So, here's some examples. Esta es la playa más bonita de todas. This is the prettiest beach of them all. Now notice the noun may be taken out of these constructions, so I could also say, esta es la más bonita de todas. In this case, we would already know that I was talking about the beach. Another example. ¿Conoces el Hotel Mariposa? Sí, es el hotel menos caro del pueblo. I can also take out the hotel because I already know we're talking about el Hotel Mariposa. We need to look at the irregulars, and here they are. You might want to pause to fill in the information in your notes, but they are all listed in this chart for you going across. As we go through these irregulars, we need to notice that there are some exceptions. For example, when grande and pequeño refer to size and not age or quality, then the regular comparative and superlative forms are used. So, Ernesto es mayor que yo. Ese edificio es el más grande de todos. So Ernesto is older than I am. That building is the biggest one of all. When mayor and menor refer to age, they follow the noun they modify. María Luisa es mi hermana menor. Hubo un menor número de turistas. So María Fernanda is my younger sister, and there was a smaller number of tourists. And then the adverbs bien and mal also have irregular comparatives. They are mejor and peor. Some examples. Mi padre maneja peor que los turistas. My father drives worse than the tourists. Excuse me. Ayúdame, que tú lo haces mejor que yo. Help me, you do it better than I do. And please make sure you complete the Google form after this podcast and include any questions you might have. Gracias y hasta mañana.